Periodically, I'll have that.
All over the property. This is lemon balm.
I mean, periodically, I'll have Heather talk about all the plants that we've got going on here, and because I don't know what they are. So I just know I build things, and she puts things in the things I build.
Right. This is Edmund's garden, and we've kind of put edible and medicinal plants all over the property. This is lemon balm. We like to make tea out of it.
Irene and Edmund come out here and pick lemon balm and rose hips and make
Rose petals, yeah.
rose petals and make tea. This is our TP trellis that I made for Edmund last year.
It's his snack garden.
His snack garden, yeah. It's got green beans and stuff in it, or it did last year.
This is called yarrow, and they also nickname it Achilles plant. So it's good for anything that's wrong with your blood. It stops bleeding, and like if you cut yourself, it's also antiseptic. So
Seems like a good plan.
it also dries really well. You can make nice dried flower bouquets with it.
I mean, that's what I do with it. I just get it and break off some of this and then just smash it into my hand. Seems right.
All right, over here we have, in that pot over here, that's anise hyssop, and it's also good for teas. It tastes licoricey. I can't remember what its medicinal properties are. And this is feverfew.
Not this.
This one's feverfew. And it's obviously good for fevers. And these over here are asters. They're pretty flowers. They also have medicinal properties that I don't know off the top of my head.
So part of what we're doing this year is trying to be more intentional about plants that are planted together. So there's this idea called tree gilding. It's a permaculture principle, is that you're just planting guilds of plants together that do a certain function, not things that make other things better, like companion planting, but they actually do a specific function in the guild and produce a product that the entire guild uses. So we're trying to learn how to do that.
So feverfew is also supposed to, I guess, traditionally people would plant that near any door to deter flies. We also have these geraniums here for the same reason.
Yeah, I got to get rid of those flies.
And then behind you, Peter,
What's this?
those are just snapdragons, so flowers. This is a hollyhock. You can use a hollyhock just like you can use marshmallow. So it's good for coughs. So you can put it in a cough syrup. And then we've got lilies here. Lilies are also edible. You can make a syrup that's, like a sweet syrup to put on your pancakes from the flowers.
Seems like a lot of flowers to get some syrup.
Yeah, well, we have a lot, actually.
And then we've got our
Hummingbird plant. I don't know. Trumpet vine? Yeah.
trumpet vine.
That the hummingbirds
like,
love, and they nest in there.
and then this rose.
Climbing roses.
It's coming out of its peak, but it was pretty awesome.
I think it'll have another round.
Different kind of rose over here.
Right. These are the kind that you can trim and keep getting some, but the climbing roses that doesn't matter if you pick them down. Well, here's alfalfa, but it just grows here. But this one I let be by the rose. Good nitrogen
It's
fixture.
a good nitrogen fixer.
But it's full of so many nutrients. Like we should have alfalfa every day.
But you know, you don't get a lot of it if you don't put it in a field.
Right.
And then here's a big giant plant.
This is Elecampane, so it will have a big sunflower type flower. I think it's good for colds. I can't remember off the top of my head. This one down here beneath it is St. John's wort. It's good for skin issues. It has lots of different medicinal things. And this one's
So this Elecampane thing, not sure all of its properties, but from the looks of it, it looks like a kind of plant called a dynamic accumulator. So it's got these really giant leaves and this kind of tree-like stalk that is very straight. And so there's a lot of plants like comfrey and mullein and rhubarb, and I would suspect this thing, they send a really deep taproot down into way down far into the ground, and much farther than even fruit trees and that kind of thing. And what they do is they mine nutrients from a lot farther down than anybody else wants to go, and pulls that up and then deposits them in the leaves. And so you can use them to help add nutrition to the soil that the other ones just the other plants in the guild just don't have access to. So they're really good at increasing fertility in a specific place. And I think that this is one of them.
We've wondered if that's why the roses have done so well this year on basic neglect.
Yeah, we don't do anything to these roses, which is a problem, but I mean, it is true.
This is valerian. This is good for stress and if you have trouble sleeping. The best is to use the root, but you can use the flowers. And this is bergamot, or sometimes called bee's friend. And that's they add this to Earl Grey tea, so it's black tea, bergamot, and some citrus. And the flowers are these beautiful purple looking things, and they're great for medicinal things, but the leaves are good for tea.
So yeah, that's our front little rose guild. So there's a little bit more stuff in this guild back here. You know, elms.
Yes, elm trees. These ones are echinacea here. And again, the roots on the echinacea are the most potent, but you can use the flowers and the leaves as well. And there's two kinds of echinacea, and I don't know which one is which. I'd have to look it up. But this one is also echinacea, and one is more beneficial medicinally.
So yeah, this part of this guild system needs a lot of work. But right now it's kind of just lots of lilies.
Living his best life.
Just living it up. You could see how this could be really pretty.